Warning! We're about to spoil the movie Holy Trinity. If you haven't seen the movie and you plan on watching it, leave now and come back later. But if you have seen it, or you just don't care, then please, stick around.
Hey, want to see how I can talk to dead people?
Sure!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cinema Roulette. And for all of you people out there, happy Pride Month! Yay!
Just one clap. Hello, welcome to our Pride Month episode.
Yeah, to everyone, all our fellow members of the, what do you call it, the Rainbow Mafia?
No, the Alphabet Mafia.
The Alphabet Mafia. Hell yes, there it is. All you fellow members of the Alphabet Mafia.
All you guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
Woohoo! Go you! All right, and this is very exciting for us. Yeah, because this is our third Pride Month, and the title of the movie was completely unintentional, honestly. So,
Yeah, also, we could be a smart advertising podcast and do movies that actually have, like, say, a cult following or are well known. So we chose an indie movie where you can't even get a physical copy of it and have to buy it online.
yep, directly through the production company's website. So we went with that because it sounded interesting and fun. So.
Yeah, also, if you want to see the movie before we even talk about it, because you're probably, when we did spoiler, you're probably like, oh, the fuck is that? If you want to check out beforehand, links in the description and show notes to the website.
Yes, absolutely. Full spectrum features is what they're called.
And the movie is called Holy Trinity.
There's that silence.
Yeah, clever segues.
Lovely signs, clever segues, being ridiculously gay, all of the above. Give it all to me.
But yes, Holy Trinity, the way we found this movie is I asked in a film group, hey, anyone know any good movies for Pride Month? And someone sent me a Letterboxd list, and this sounded weird as hell. It was like, yeah, let's do that one.
And sure enough, it was weird as hell.
Yeah, it's a weird one. All right.
Yup.
I'm not sure if there's anything else really to add right away before jumping into a summary.
Not really. So, what was the filmmaker's name? Molly something? Molly Hewitt.
Yeah, because Molly Hewitt. And this is her first time, her first full-length feature.
Yep.
Very independent. And entirely queer cast and crew. So.
Yes, which was fucking awesome. So.
Yeah, more in that a bit later, though. First, we need a summary, if I can.
That we do, if you can. So, if it sounds really weird, just go with it, okay? Just accept it as it is.
Yeah, I'll give warning right now. The first 2/3 of this movie are just a surrealist dream.
Yup.
On a very low budget. Okay. So we have a girl named Trinity. Trinity is a dominatrix and enjoys just huffing anything, honestly.
Yeah, she does a lot.
Anything, aerosol, paint, whatever.
And she called them, I think, poppers, right? Poppers?
Poppers is a different drug.
But she did that also.
Yes, or it's constantly brought up as just a normal thing done in the community.
Yep.
And Trinity steals a can of spiritual aerosol, which is a thing, by the way. I didn't know that.
You looked it up? It's a thing?
Yeah, it's well, actually, I watched a Q&A with the director that is also given on the site.
Oh, shit. I'll have to check that out. Fuck yeah.
And apparently, it's a real thing, and she even saw it, like, sold in her community sometimes.
Spiritual aerosol.
Yep. But she
Huh.
steals that from her roommate Carol and huffs it and starts hearing voices. Like she has a lover named Baby and starts hearing their dad. And it just becomes a lot very quickly. She tries to seek spiritual guidance from a church. That doesn't go very well because they just think she's a drug addict and kind of crazy.
Yeah.
She, but then she goes to another one of her like her dominatrix friends and it's like, hey, I know you're in that spiritual stuff. Can you help me?
Mm-hmm.
And that just kind of comes with the understanding of, hey, yeah, you have a really strong spiritual connection. There's an orange crocodile that may be protecting you, or it's a warning. Not sure.
Yeah, not entirely sure.
Um, later at a later at a party, uh, Trinity sees an actual like ghost and is able to tell the ghost friends that she's fine and is okay with the nacho explosion accident. It's fine, just go with it.
Just go with it.
But this gets recorded and put online, so Trinity becomes kind of a star overnight, but isn't doing too well with all the fame and also the constant voices of the dead keep her awake. And she actually runs into a neighbor named Edgar who also is apparently able to speak to the dead, and that kind of helps her gain a bit more of an understanding of what's going on. However, doing this and getting mobbed by the online fans, she misses a concert that Baby was putting on. Baby kind of breaks up with her for being stood up. Trinity tries kind of coping with this by just focusing on getting paid for being a medium, but all of a sudden her powers stop working.
But then they just kind of come back.
She talks to her roommate Carol, who had the spray in the first place, and Carol's like, yeah, I've also seen things, but I just stopped talking about them because everyone kept calling me crazy.
Like that dog, which has always been there.
Yep, they're such a good boy. He's such a good boy.
He was so happy in the scene. I just wanted to fucking rub his belly.
Trinity also talks to her butch lesbian fairy godmother.
I want to explain to you just right now, that's never explained. It's just a thing.
And I'd like to mention the Q&A. That is what it's kind of supposed to be. It's just her guardian angel or just some sort of spiritual guidance.
And they exist physically. They don't, because they just disappear the being. But at the end, the spiritual guide huffs the bag with them, so they exist physically. So that happened.
I was gonna say something, but that could be a spoiler for other things.
Ah, that's fair.
Then, and through all this, another reason Baby was pushed away is because Trinity kept bringing up Baby's dad because that's the voice she kept hearing.
It made him really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it made him super uncomfortable and got annoyed with her fame. But at the end, especially after Trinity apologizes, Baby comes back, but Baby was also a pet. Like, he would always be wearing a collar and be pulled around on a chain by Trinity.
Yeah, when they
in
went
a consensual way, I'd like to point out.
Yeah, when he went to sleep, he'd always be wearing the collar, like it'd be strapped to his neck.
But then they both make up, but Baby puts the collar on Trinity, and then the movie ends.
Yep.
This isn't a very plot-heavy movie, if you couldn't tell.
It's definitely more of a style and a vibe type piece.
Yeah. Which, actually going off that, I would say just because the weakest part of the movie is probably the last third when it tries to get a story.
Yeah, I think we'll get. I was gonna say, since we're done with 3, we'll get the negative out of the way first. Yeah, that's kind of the weakest part, is because it slows down way too much on the end. When I think really it kind of should have doubled down on the weirdness and went all out with it.
Yeah, the weirdness just made it really funny and
Yeah.
also interesting, but when it tries to focus on the story, it slows down way too much on those aspects and it brings things a bit to a halt.
Yeah.
Not to mention the ending just kind of happens.
It just kind of ends. Yeah, like I get what they're kind of going for, like, oh, she's the sub now or whatever, and kind of giving in to like or whatever our feelings or whatever. But yeah, it just kind of ends, and that and like how they get back together with Baby, they separate, and then it's just kind of, oh hi, I'm back again.
Yeah, Trinity didn't really do anything to prove she's become better or anything. It's just like, I missed you. I missed you too.
Okay, here's a collar. Bye. But yes, thankfully
Here's a collar. Sexy time.
Sexy time. Fuck yeah. But I think that's it for the negative. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, besides like maybe a few bad reads from extras,
Yeah.
but this is a super low budget movie.
Exactly. I get
Like,
it. And we weren't able, while we weren't able to find what budget it was, you could definitely tell it was low budget, but man, it does so many amazing things with its budget. Yeah, I think the first thing definitely to mention is the set design and cinematography, because they kind of go hand in hand with each other.
yeah, set design, everything is so fucking colorful.
So bright, so colorful. There's so many different ones, like colors used, because there's like for the psychic that she goes to initially, it's like a completely blue room, and but like at home it's like bright pink for the kitchen where the TV is, and like her room is like bright yellow and stuff. A very very bright, very loud palette, but in a good way, really. So
Yeah, it feels like I want to say it feels like kind of those poppy music videos from the 2000s in every room.
Exactly. Except it actually has kind of good music in it. Not kidding, but
I wouldn't say it's kind of good. I'd say it's good music.
it is good music. No. And I'm assuming a bunch of like indie and local artists as well.
Yeah, that wasn't brought up at all in the Q&A, so I do not know 100% there.
Yeah. But yeah, and one of my favorite running jokes is just everything being generic brand in all the stores. You know, like they didn't even risk hiding it or making a new one or putting all these labels because that'd be expensive. So it's literally just plain bottle with, oh, here's milk, and here's wine, and here's bread and butter.
Yeah, everything's just in pink containers with like bland font that says what it is.
And I think this is supposed to be some kind of different universe too because of that. It's just my mind kind of wandered because she pays for everything in euros, even though in the description it's supposed to take place in Chicago.
And it was shot in Chicago.
Yes, but we're paying with things through euros, and okay.
I will say in the Q&A the director brought up that there was supposed to be somewhat symbolism of talking about like, you know, capitalism.
Yes.
But I think I would need to watch the movie again and go into a more deeper dive to kind of figure out that symbolism.
Same. It's not obvious. It's not the forefront of the movie, and it's not something the movie really focuses on, which I kind of liked. It was just kind of there.
They even mentioned in the Q&A, like, it's worrying. You feel worried when you're making a movie, like, oh my god, I'm beating the audience over the head with this. And that it's like, no one notices. No one gets it.
Exactly. It's like, am I being too deep with the capitalist symbolism? And then, that's not even what everyone remembers, so... And I think probably my favorite thing about the movie in general is just the general positivity towards sex workers in general. You know, because in movies, it's always a negative thing. It's always the seedy part of town. Oh, they're prostitutes and, you know, giving their body. And it's always supposed to show, wow, look how scary this red light district is. But no, it's like it's sex work, and sex work is a thing that makes money. And it's a thing people do. I know several people in sex work. They're great.
Yeah, I like in the movie that, like, both kink and also being queer, even though it's shown constantly throughout the movie, it's not really talked about. It's just treated
Huh.
as this normal thing. Like, okay, yeah, here's
Yep.
the world we're in. Here are the characters.
As it should be. Like, that's the thing in general, and I know this is kind of like going a little off topic, but just about Pride in general, since it's Pride Month, it's like, it should be that way. It's like, oh, because it's like, we're both, bisexual and bigender or whatever. It's just, it's a thing. People are that way, and people have kinks. It's a thing. Everyone has a kink. Who cares? Like, it's great.
I tried to figure out my gender through scientific method, and I melted it down, but I can't put it back into a solid. It's just fluid. It got everywhere.
Exactly.
I can't pick it up.
Can't pick it up. It's just, it's there. Gender. I'm just thinking of Chucky going, gender fluid.
God damn it! Whoever's editing, throw that clip in.
Gender fluid.
Alex constantly fucking says that to me, and I'm annoyed. Because it's also a Chicago accent.
It is, yeah, because I'm pretty sure Brad Dourif is from Chicago.
And Child's Play, at least the first one, takes place in Chicago.
Yes, exactly. It's great.
Wow, slasher movies take place in the Midwest, don't they?
They do, yes. I wonder why. It's almost like there's nothing to do out here.
Nothing to do but murder.
Exactly. When has that ever stopped us? I mean, come on. Oh, right.
Gender fluid.
Gender fluid. It's the best.
I was thinking... I had thoughts and my brain broke.
Oh, no. But yeah, we're kind of just talking... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, that was also the director's intention when it came to sex work, is they were annoyed in movies of, like...
Yeah.
Because even in movies, a lot of the time, if someone goes into sex work or buys sex workers, that's usually to show they're depraved or something. It's like, no, it's just a thing people do.
Yes, exactly.
Chill.
Yeah, honestly, who cares? So... I did like that, and the sex talk was very realistic. I'm with a quote session with my client. It's like, yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, there's also I didn't mention this because it kind of just happens and is never brought up again.
Mm-hmm.
But it's brought up a few times, but it's never really shown again. Trandy was with a client, and then heard the client's mother's ghost and used that in order to humiliate them and have them stick with the session. And she brings this up to her other dominatrix friends, and they're like,
yeah,
well, wait, the first thing they're worried about isn't like, oh, you're speaking to dead. It's like, is that too far? Is that still consensual? It's like, well, he still had a safe word, so...
Yeah, exactly. He didn't say the safe word or get uncomfortable. In fact, it got the client off further. They really enjoyed it. They went an extra hour because of it, so...
But I like that it wasn't just like the other workers being like, oh, you put him in his place. It's like, okay, wait.
Yeah.
Are you sure he was okay with this?
It was honestly really wholesome. But yeah, just I to put a lid on that, I guess. I love how it treats sex work positively. It portrays it in a good light, which is awesome.
Yeah, how it treats queerness and kink just so well.
Exactly.
Also, another thing, there's a club scene before the breakup with Baby at a church, quote unquote church. That's where Trandy gets her powers posted online.
Mm-hmm.
But during that church scene, we see a bunch of people dressed up. That was all their own costumes.
That's fucking awesome. Hell yes.
Like, they were told the theme and whatnot, but they were allowed to dress up however they wanted. And it's clear they just wanted to have fun with that scene, because the plot takes a backseat for maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, while we go through, like, an entire musical number and then an entire dance scene. I'm like, I want to fucking be there. That looks fun as shit. I'll dress up all kinky.
Yeah, it's like, okay, everyone's having a good time. Let's just go with it.
That's awesome. I love that. Yes.
Also with Edgar, that's actually the actress who played Carol, that's her father in real life.
Ah.
And oh, what was the director's name?
Molly.
Molly.
Yeah, we'll just call her Molly.
Yeah, but Molly was actually very happy to have him on the set because he, with the spiritual aerosol, she didn't want to just make fun of like the culture that makes that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And with the actor who played Edgar being actually Brazilian and part of the culture where some of those aerosol sprays are made or from,
So he was
able.
he was actually part of that.
Yes, he was actually Brazilian and whatnot,
Ah.
and she was happy to work with him to make sure it wasn't going too far into just being an offensive stereotype.
That's so cool.
Yeah, there's just a lot of love into the obvious love and care put into the production and what is it, representation throughout the movie, which is really nice.
It was so awesome to see. So, and this was made, I think, what, 3 years ago, in 2019.
Some places say 2018. On Letterboxd says 2019.
Yeah.
So one of those two.
And then on Wikipedia it says release date was July 2019 in Outfest.
Okay, so we'll go with 2019.
Yeah.
Actually, Molly was also worried about having an Outfest, which is, in case you don't know, is a film festival for queer cinema.
Mm-hmm.
She was worried about having it there because she didn't know if this movie leaned more towards queer or leaned more towards experimental, but people loved it at the festival, so she was actually very relieved by that.
Oh, that's so cool. Good for her. But yeah, she directed and she also starred in it as well. And she honestly does a really, really good job, even if she can't keep her British accent out of it sometimes.
Oh, yeah, it constantly fades in and out, which is funny.
Yeah, I just kind of like that. That isn't really a negative. I just found it funny.
Also with the movie, besides the set design, the editing, fucking hell, the manic energy it has.
Yeah. The manic energy in the editing is great, especially in the dream sequences with the auto-tune angel or whatever. Like, so fast. Like, the subliminal imagery just flashes by. And it's like weird at first, but then later on they have this really cool thing where they do a match cut with it. Like, it's like boop, 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 and it's like her lying on the table or whatever when she was going through the one person to like go in the spiritual realm or whatever, and like it matched between her in the real world and the fake world, and it flowed really nicely. I was surprised, actually. I was like, I feel like this should be really disorienting, but it's not.
Yeah, they used match cuts really well there to make sure you could still follow the idea of what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Also, my God, I love the fucking joke in the church. Not the dance club, but when she goes for spiritual guidance, anytime the priest says Jesus, there's quick flashes of Jesus on the cross.
There's like a Jesus jump scare. Every time I say Jesus, bo bo bo. Jesus, boo boo boo. That's great.
Also, there's just an odd joke of the priest, when she leaves, going to a back room where he has an altar of Jesus and like whips and stuff to praise him. It's just kind of out of nowhere, never mentioned again.
I don't think we ever
really
see the character again, do we?
No, we do not.
That's the last we ever see. It's like, oh, okay. Well, when Jesus said, "Bow down and worship me," I don't think that's what he meant.
I mean, he might be into it.
But, oh man, I tell you.
Turns out Jesus is a very kinky man.
But yes, anything else we can say? I'm actually trying to think because we went over almost everything. Yeah, just all the actors do a great job, I will say too. Besides the odd extra every once in a while.
I love the actors. They're all really enjoyable.
Because Molly Hewitt, yeah, like I said, I always said that she directed it as well. But yeah, she kind of helmed it, and then all the actors she got, they fit the roles so well. It was great.
you had mentioned this before the episode started, where I said the best way to describe this movie is Holy Mountain, but it got kinky.
Yeah, I was like, that's perfect. That is the best description I can think of to tell people. It's Holy Mountain if it got really kinky.
Yeah, there's clear inspiration from Holy Mountain, especially with the colors.
Yeah.
I do highly recommend this movie. It's only $5 to rent.
Yep.
So
Yeah, right through the...
I'd say go check it out.
Absolutely.
Also, I love the butch lesbian godmother. I
it's
think
so
that's
good.
fucking hilarious.
I loved her. She was great. Yes. I loved it so much. But yeah, just a great, weird movie that just rolls with its concept. Fuck it.
Yeah, we have a dominatrix huffing aerosols, listen to dead people.
Yep.
Okay, let's go with it.
Fuck it. Definitely worth a watch, so.
Yeah, I guess I would give slight warning to flashing imagery
Yeah.
due to the editing style.
Definitely to epileptics, so. And this to me is a positive as well, but yes, gratuitous sex scenes and full frontal nudity.
Oh yeah, that happens throughout the movie without... It doesn't even really play it up as, like, being provocative. It's just kind of there.
It's just kind of there, which, yeah, I also really liked, so.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Hell yeah. And then I don't think we spin, do we?
No, this is this is kind of a dealer's bet situation.
Yes. But yeah.
Next will be Samurai Jack Season 4, and then we will be talking about Plush.
Yes.
Which, honestly, Plush following Perfect Blue is an odd coincidence we did not plan, but we'll get to that in 2 weeks' time.
That we will. That we will. But until then, happy Pride Month to everybody out there.
Or be angry. I don't know.
Yeah.
Feel how you want.
Exactly. Be who you want, be you, and be unabashedly you. So yes.
Also commit arson.
Also commit arson.